Hi, I'm Elinor Silverstein, and this is my group of students today. You've got to move very slowly with a video camera because people will feel upset in their stomach, and we're actually trying to get them to feel good in their stomach. Okay, we've got to go so slow. Slow. So actually today we're going to do a few different things. We're going to talk about how we can make juice. I brought my juicer. I brought my Vitamix. And Amanda has her magic bullet. So we're going to talk about how you can use your magic bullet for $40. Is it 40?
Something like that.
$49?
Yeah.
So you can use your magic bullet until you decide at some point if you want to get a juicer or if you want to invest in a Vitamix, something like that. So, and you'll see the difference in what we can create with that. But let's just start with reasonable. So we're actually, today, we're going to start off with a juice. Okay, so someone was asking me what my background is, and it's actually inextensively extensive. I was a biology major with a pre-med minor and a zoology major with a pre-vet minor. So between a lot of anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, actually not good in the numbers, in the math part of chemistry, but really good in the concept of understanding when one thing can turn into another thing when you add as an activator into it. So in other words, if you have a product and you add an acetic acid like a lemon, I picked a Meyer lemon from my garden, that what actually happens from that and how it can actually turn into something else. So that started me thinking about what happens when food goes into our stomach. What happens to food before it goes in our stomach? So as we're thinking of food, we actually get that Pavlovian response, right? We start to drool in our mouth, and I can actually create it as I describe it because I'm already drooling in my mouth. So we get digestive enzymes already starting in our mouth, which trip off the digestive enzyme and the hydrochloric acid levels in our stomach to start to produce. That's why you don't want to think about food too much when you're not going to be eating food, because you get that pain in the stomach. That's the hydrochloric acid getting stimulated and waiting for something to come around. So we're going to actually make today, so that got me thinking about what is the whole system and what happens through our whole system. So as I think about that, then I think about our different organs. I think about what is the function of the liver. I think about what is the function of the kidneys, the pancreas. They're all tied in together with digestion. So when food goes into your stomach, as soon as it's going into your stomach, it's setting off a wave of digestive process that's happening. As it starts to empty from the stomach and go into the intestines communicate back to the pancreas and say, you need to send off pancreatic digestive enzymes. So they'll actually know how to send more digestion into the system. So all the systems talking to each other are really, really, really important. And that's what's so crucial. We can't really live well without a pancreas. It's tough when we have different organs removed. We have to work with other systems. But basically, all the systems are designed is for helping in digestion, absorption and assimilation of nutrients, whether they're micronutrients or macronutrients or minerals, all of those to go into the system that allow our bodies to function really well, because that's what we need. We can't eat plastic and live off of plastic. So we need to have these nutrients. And the other part is, so we've got digestion. The other part is we have to filter out. So we have multiple organs that help filter out. Can you give me an idea of what a couple of organs might be that filter?
Kidneys.
Kidneys. Kidneys filter out, or what else?
Liver.
Liver. What else?
I don't know. That's what I got.
Okay, so actually down in the lower part of the intestines is helping filter out. And then you know what else filters? Comes through? Your skin.
Yeah.
Right? So we know the beauty of our skin. Like, you have beautiful skin. Right? So the beauty of our skin is genetic. It also has to do with you are what you eat. So today we're going to start off with something that I love sometimes in the morning to start my day with, that will help detoxify my system and cleanse my skin. And within a day, my skin actually looks better when I make this juice. And I think what it is I'm creating different products in the foods to go in through the juicer that are going to instigate my liver, but instigate my kidneys too. So the kidneys are flushing out a lot of the extra toxins that go into the tissue.